I'm Isabelle.
And I'm Hannah.
And this is Fiber Content, episode 1 of season 2.
Yes. So thanks for joining us. We had a bit of a snafu with our YouTube channel.
A bugaboo, as my professor would say.
Absolutely. In which, yes, every single video was deleted.
Yes,
we don't know what happened.
All of our subscribers.
And the entire channel. And the way that I found out, which is actually awesome, was this woman slid into my DMs, which I'm always like, as you know, kind of, I don't know, very B, C, D, E list YouTubers. I'm always literally at Z-list YouTubers. She slid in, she's like, I can't find your YouTube channel. And like, what a kind person to message me that. But I was like, okay, easy fix. Like, let me just email her back or message her back.
Yeah.
And lo and behold,
it was gone.
It would fully disappear.
So
From
whatever.
the
We've appealed YouTube, but they're not answering us. We did some research. Apparently, Wi-Fi, interwebs, whatever, storage is not what we think it is. And things just disappear sometimes. Maybe, we don't know, because we didn't get a notice that it was being taken down. So we don't think it was because of a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, it's totally bizarre.
In our appeal, we did say it's just innocent knitting content.
Yeah. Can you imagine if we were censored? We were fully censored.
And that superwash versus non-superwash debate really it rustled some jimmies.
But we're excited for a fresh start, and we love YouTube not for the following we've built, but because of the community we've made.
Yeah. So your favorite Z-listers are back, baby.
Back and better than ever, and we're so excited to film.
And we have some good things to show you.
Oh, we have amazing things to talk about, and this is come on, September 22nd is the start of fall. We're in media knitting. The height of knitting, you know what I mean?
Delicious. The air is crisp. The wool is soft.
A little soft. Yes.
Yeah. It's time.
So it's a really yes. The moment is we've answered the call and we are here. So we'll do a brief little introduction about how we met for new viewers.
Welcome. Please comment, subscribe, because we do just want to find our people again.
Yeah, and engage with you all and answer any comments or questions you have. I'll put this here because sometimes people don't make it to the end of the video. I've been there, but if you are watching, just say what you're working on below so I can look it up and be excited with you.
Yeah, we've made a lot some really nice friendships.
Yeah.
We'll be at Ryback and we'd love to see people. So
yeah. So do you want to talk about how we met?
The year is 2020. The season is winter.
It was March, or maybe
it must have been like December. It was cold.
You're right. It was December. It had been of 2020.
And so things were sad, and I was foraying into yarn dyeing, which actually later became a small business. I actually have a scheme here. It was Isabelle Fiber Company. It's now
It was naturally dyed.
Yeah, I would naturally dye, and I was experimenting and playing. And I wanted to try avocado pits because avocado pits and skins actually make pink dye. And so I just put out into Yarnstagram, hi, does anybody have some compost for me, essentially? And Hannah said, of course.
And we met up and we had, anyway, you'll learn more throughout the episodes, but we have a ton in common. We both live in Brooklyn. Naturally, we have very similar kind of academic interests from when we were in school, and also now professional interests. We're both in social services or social services adjacent.
We were trying to figure out where to meet up, and it was I live in Brooklyn but I work in the South Bronx, and Hannah was oh, I also live in Brooklyn and work in the South Bronx in homelessness services, or I was working in housing eviction prevention at the time. So we were and we had all these, we were both Jewish, both were interested in history in the same way, so
yeah, so it's been awesome, and here we are 3 years later. And also
countless knit nights. We've built so much community.
Yeah, season 2 of the knitting podcast after 2 years. of making the podcast, more or less. So.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
And it feels good and it feels fresh.
Yeah.
We're such different people than we were when we started.
We are. Honestly, a lot of amazing changes, both in different spaces, and I think both really happy. Still in Brooklyn, and like both professionally, like a lot of pivots, but still doing what makes us happy and is fulfilling.
Yeah, we're kind of, so we're really excited to share. It's like big kid show and tell.
Yeah,
so.
That is a really good way to say it.
Tune in.
And so thank you for joining us. You're already a friend if you're here.
We're already your friend. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a perfect fall, sleepy, rainy Thursday evening. Sorry, it's a little dark outside.
But vibes, guys. Just get into the, like,
totally cozy vibes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so let's do
whips?
we'll do some knitting, and we'll kind of pepper in some other stuff as it
some whips, some FOs.
You start, because I don't have that much going on right now.
I have 2 whips.
Yeah, show us your whips.
No, 3? Okay. The first one is really cute. My partner and I are knitting a love blanket together, we're calling it. And it's basically a patchwork blanket. I will post like a caption of what the book is, but it's from a Lina book. And it's all of these squares with different colors, and
let me show.
Yeah, maybe. They're like tied together.
So I don't want to speak for Isabelle, but it's, what wool is that?
It's the good wool from Pearl Soho in 6 different colors and shapes.
This is do you know the composition or the fiber content of the wool?
It's 100% like rustic Highland wool.
But it's a soft rustic. So I'll talk about whole scarn super soft.
So I have this basket of like 35 squares, but we need to get to 126 in total.
And look at the way that this yarn picks up color. I'm just it's amazing.
It's a really, really soft rustic, and it's like 383 yards per skein. It's sport weight, but we're pretending it's DK, and it's like it just like goes very far. I'm knitting a sweater in it as well that I'll show. And it's delicious. And my girlfriend and I were long distance over the summer, and so we thought it'd be cute to like knit squares together. We now are not long distance anymore, but we're hoping to finish this by December. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. It's so exciting. You'll have to subscribe to find out.
But that's also like the beautiful thing about a blanket, is you can just kind of have it going. And this is a really amazing blanket because you don't have to carry the whole blanket with you as you go. Yeah, which obviously, really I mean, will then kind of bite you in the butt later when you have to seam it all together. But right now, that's really nice, because my friend Tasha, who will definitely be a featured member of the podcast when we go to Ryback, because we're going with her, and I think we should totally film up there.
Yeah.
But she is working on the Pearl Soho Prism blanket. They did a really big cowl in
and it was her first project, right?
It was it was like her first big project. Her first project was
she's really an accomplished.
Yeah, and now she's working on the September sweater, which is Brioche by Peet.
Yeah,
so she's awesome.
It's her first sweater.
Yeah, it's amazing. But she's doing the Prism blanket, and it's like so beautiful and stunning and like worth it, of course, but it's also like 10 pounds of knitting right now, so it's tough. It was really tough during the summer. Now it'll be nicer, but you just can't really bring that with you.
Absolutely.
So this is nice and portable.
Yeah, I love it. So that's one of my whips. I have 6, but I have 3 active, and if you've met me, you know that I usually have like 13, and I'm really proud of the 6.
That's amazing.
So 3 are waiting.
Can I ask about the wool? How did you decide to use this wool for so many projects? Did you use it for something and then get addicted?
I was absolutely influenced by Anna from from what's her thing
Brook
called?
Willow.
From Brook Willow podcast. She's amazing. I like watch her stuff, and I'm so in awe by like the sewing and the gardening and the just every skill. And she knit the Creabea Lanark sweater in
that's the zip up, right?
Yeah, in like a soft yellow, and it was so beautiful. I was like, and it was on sale, so it was like $13 for a skein of 383 yards, which is kind of great. And I actually bought it for my next whip, which I can show. It's the Halbut sweater, and I was like, this is perfect.
I mean, it's really soft.
Yeah,
it's really soft.
And so then, Victoria and I wanted like something that would be an heirloom piece that was 100% wool and like really gonna last for years and years, and like kind of start our life together, but also we didn't want something super rough, but also like we wanted something that would like soften with time and age really nicely. And I really think this wool is it. I hope. I mean, it feels. We'll talk a lot about Hoverson yarn because it's our kind of favorite like budget-ish yarn that just we feel like is really
high
solid quality. But it's just a little more like gentle.
This is softer and it's also got more body. It's like definitely a true sport, which is kind of hard to find. So I'm obsessed with all these different motifs. I obviously love this cherry tomato red.
I love the red.
Yeah.
Well, should I show the
sweater?
show
the sweater.
So this is the halibut sweater that I'm making.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I'm almost done with the body. It's my Ryback sweater with another knitting group. And I like love it. And I think the texture, it's I don't know how to describe it, but it's like toothy and thick, but also light and sort of, it's got like, does that make sense? I don't know.
It's airy. I mean, it's light. Yeah,
it's airy, but it's also got like presence or something.
Yeah,
it's like a light rustic. Well, I don't know, but it's really special.
And this does call for a sport weight. This pattern.
This was DK, and I will say
Did you have to go down a needle size?
No, I have really bad habits, and I didn't swatch, and I just prayed.
Okay,
and
so
it fits me really well. So
I win. Isabelle comes to knit night last week, and she's like, the yoke is done. The yoke is done.
Like
how many hours would you estimate?
A lot of hours.
Oh, probably 12. Probably at least 12.
That's like a lot. That's an understatement.
Okay, like 20 hours.
25, 30? Like
20 hours of knitting, right? And she's like, and I'm like,
and like my friends are doing it too, and they're almost done, and we have to get it done by a Ryback, which is in a month. Not even 2 weeks. Shit.
No. It's in a month. It's the 20th. You're okay. Yeah. Because I am also like
I got a whole body and sleeves to do.
And she comes to knit night and she's like, so I haven't tried this on, and I'm like, what?
I feel like what if it's too small?
I haven't tried this on and I haven't swatched, and we were just like
I substituted the yarn lazily.
And I was literally like, just try it on. So she took my barber cord.
Everybody cheered.
It was like the most. Can you imagine? Well, I don't want to go there, but
cute. And that's why you should be our friend and come to our knit nights. Yeah, I felt so loved and supported, and it worked out.
So
she's good,
really stunning. Okay, so designer is Caitlin Hunter.
I think so.
And
I confuse her with Andrea Mowry.
It's Caitlin Hunter, and this structure is top down.
Yeah, it's just.
And you actually picked, which I don't think is fully picking up, a mint green or like kind of a Tiffany blue.
It is
as the contrast color.
And I kind of wanted more contrast initially, but actually I love it, and it's giving coastal grandma. And my friend Lauren made one that was like dark green and cream, and it's like crisp and amazing. But
yeah, this is totally different.
I think it's gonna be nice. But it's
honestly, I feel like this is a great word to the wise, which is like, the white would have gotten you where you wanted to go, or cream, but adding that blue is like special. Really high contrast whereas if you do you have the blue with you?
I don't.
But if you saw the blue on your own, you'd think it was like a bird's egg blue. Like you wouldn't think it's this color.
Yeah.
But then being with this kind of muted, what color is this?
It's just like an undyed natural.
Yeah, like a natural,
I love this
taupe. It's a taupe, right?
Sheepy brown, yeah.
Yeah, this taupe color.
Well, actually, I was also influenced with the greenish mint, the blue mint by Anna, because she did the what's it? Dagon?
Oh, yeah.
Dagon?
Yeah,
flower
she's
sweater with the maroon.
Dagon. She's
and the mint.
She's Brooklyn based, actually. I have a friend who's friends with her. So
Anna made their sweater with the flowers in like dark maroon and mint, and I was like, I want mint as my contract color. And it just
I want to do Dagon's designs, but also they feel very seamy. They feel like not super like they're not like super fit. Like I feel like it's more about like the design rather than the fit, so you'd have to make a lot of mods, but that's fine.
Yeah, I wonder. I've also kind of been curious, but never like really looked at it. But anyways, so that's my other good wool guy, and I mean, Pearl Soho's on sale all the time, so.
Yeah. Oh, wait for sale for sure.
Killer yardage.
Also, guys, Black Friday right around the corner.
Truly. And I mean, I'm a 3XL, and I only am using 4 skeins for this whole sweater, so it's like under $100, which I don't know if it's a budget. It's not a budget yarn, but I think for a really, really high quality, fully wool rustic yarn in my size, it's pretty great.
That's awesome.
I felt really good about it.
I wanted to just talk about what I was wearing.
Yeah.
Because we should do that. And we forgot. And I'm seeing it in the camera. So this is the Spectral Strick Soho top is what it's called. And it's just a garter stitch top. It's the same front and back, and it's knit flat. And then you do these I-cord straps and then knit flat. And it's just got this kind of boat neck, which I love, and you can see it's the same on the back. The yarn is Kelborn Woolen's Mojave yarn, which is a cotton linen blend. I held 2 strands together to get what I guess is like a kind of DK weight, and I used for that size exactly 3 skeins, I want to say.
That's great.
And I bought it at Cleo's Yarn Shop, which is our local yarn shop in Bushwick, and it's so amazing and cute and awesome. And they just got a shop dog, so I want to kind of like check it out.
I know. I've been seeing that. They're doing like a dog sweater party.
Yeah.
It's funny.
And so yeah, this yarn was awesome. I have knit a lot of cotton tanks in the past with just like kind of random 100% cotton yarns, and those have hurt my hands. And this cotton linen blend didn't at all, and it was knit at quite a tight gauge. It was like 2 strands together on a 6. So it's like kind of a thick DK. And yeah, you just seam it on the sides, kind of like I did like an invisible seam you can see. And
I like the detailing actually of the seam.
Yeah, the seam is nice. It looks like pretty professional. And I think I had this going last episode, which no longer exists, but it was a super easy summer knit. And I've unfortunately been finding that I haven't been wearing it that frequently. I think, I don't know, just for a myriad of reasons, but I'm really enjoying wearing it today. And I think, you know, Isabelle and I talk a fair amount about this, which is like, when does something stop being a project and become like a product or like clothing in this case, in the case of knitting. And this kind of, I think, had to like wait and then be something that I pull out of my drawer. Yeah, so it was like, but happy to be wearing it today. And yeah, and I think it's easy enough to wear, and the pattern is not size inclusive, which I do not like. However, when I tell you, it is like obviously pay designers for their designs. However,
you can hack it.
Well, what'd you say?
You can hack it.
Oh my god, you can like, this should not be a paid for pattern. Like the limited things I told you about this pattern, like you can kind of deduce what you like what you do. So when I tell you it's the easiest pattern in the world to hack, I still don't think you need to be doing that labor if you are, you know, above whatever size this pattern goes to. However, if you wanted to make it, you could make it and like ask me and consult me, and I can help like guide you through that process. But yeah, so this is the Soho top by Spectral Strick, and very easy.
And it's radiant. The yarn is amazing.
I love this color. This like, is this a royal blue?
A cobalt.
I want you to talk about that.
It's the color of my couch.
Well, it's the color of your couch, but it's also the color of that, which I want you to talk about.
Sneaky peeky at my acquisition.
Can we jump to this, or do you want to wait for acquisitions?
Should we wait?
Let's wait, but
okay. Sneak peek.
Preview.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. What are you wearing?
Bravo.
Thank you so much.
I am wearing the Cleo cardigan.
Yes.
By Rachel Kurihara. Rachel
Look
knits
at these
things.
Amazing little buttons. You're so cute. We love.
And I'm like trying to display. Okay. It is knitting for olive mohair, held double with Surrey alpaca from, I want to say, Farmer's Daughter. And so it's just like a plain brown, I mean a beautiful brown, mixed with like, held with like a very like variegated, funky blue yellow thing
from Farmer's Daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And it is 100% mohair, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, Mo and Surrey.
Is it supposed to be Mo and Surrey, or you
no,
chose?
It's supposed to be double mohair, and I changed it a little bit. So I think it's so wearable. I wore it to work yesterday, and I like didn't sweat. I didn't feel sticky. It wasn't like itchy. It just was like
nice,
lovely and light. And it was only like, I mean, it was like 60-degree day inside, so it wasn't like freezing, you know. And it just was like light,
and it's like a cardigan, so it breathes, you know.
Yeah, I wear it with like really nice slacks and a like work tank top, and I just and a little claw clip, and I just felt like absolutely delicious.
That's like very Brooklyn chic.
I felt
vibes.
So cute. Yeah, I'm interning at an elementary school. I was just like, how are you feeling today, kids? It's great, and that was the goal with this sweater. I just was like, this is gonna be really, and it's fluffy and just.
Also, can we just like bow down to you for a minute? How long was this on your needles? Not to expose you.
Oh my god. Okay, well, so I'm like a 13 whips girly, and I started this 3 years ago.
Wow.
And I finished it because I've been going through. So my goal this last Christmas or New Year's or whatever was my make 9 was like 9 languishing whips. I didn't want to enter 2024 with the same things on my needles.
Yeah.
And so I've really been going through it and either frogging things or finishing them. And so now I'm down to 6.
That's amazing.
A couple of which are new, and I probably will start the year with some of the same whips, but that's okay. I knew that it wouldn't be perfect, but I'm pretty proud of myself.
That's amazing to get done. And like, this is like an amazing accomplishment. Like, this isn't like, oh, I gotta, not that hats are like anything to sneeze at, but like, this is, I finished a full sweater.
Yeah.
And it fits you perfectly.
It's kind of perfect. And we talked a lot about like that it's like a phenomenon that people kind of like lie and say things are perfect when they're not. And I sort of in our past episode had said like I really am struggling with this because especially as a plus size knitter, like fit is so important and so difficult. And I really want to be honest about it. I just like, I think this is perfect. I wish maybe I'll like put in a picture or something, but maybe I won't because I am lazy and I won't. But but it's really good, and it hits me at a really nice place on my hips so that it just kind of is like flirty but not too short. I was a little worried about it, but it blocked well.
Yeah.
So that's this cardigan. I love it. I think it's perfect.
Yeah, it's amazing. And what about the buttons? Where did you get those?
Oh, I got them from Fab Scrap, which is local to Sunset Park, Brooklyn. It is a recycled fashion garment situation place. You can volunteer there in exchange for free fabric.
Nice.
But it's also quite inexpensive, and their notions or like and accessory thingies like bra clasps,
buttons,
elastics, whatever. I think I got like 25 for $1 or something crazy.
That's awesome. I need to do that with buttons
and they're great. And I just have a ton.
I've been going to like an expensive button place in the garment district, which is good if you want something
specific.
I was doing a lot of the classic crew neck cardigan by Pearl Soho, which I can show on another episode going forward, but I knit like 2 of them this summer. I was kind of like in a moment.
Finger weight, tiny sweater. Yeah.
Oh my god, did I show my cardigan?
Yeah.
I did. The finished gray one?
Yeah. And
good.
But we should show it again.
We'll show it another time. I don't have it today, but anyway.
You wanted really particular buttons.
I wanted really particular buttons, but that's awesome that you were able to find those there.
Yeah.
So cute.
Great. So Hannah, what are you working on?
Okay, so the
most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Let me bury the lead.
Wait, but that's also the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Oh, really? Okay.
Both of your whips right now are majestic.
So this one it's funny. I am the opposite of Isabelle. I am like a Monog knitter.
Her stash is teeny weeny. Although mine is now 3 small bins, so.
Yeah, and like also whatever, stash is life. Like people are gonna like to hear it, but like stash is life, you know?
We have mentioned this before, but I really think your cozy read for the fall is A Stash of One's Own, a book that Hannah got me kind of as a gag gift that became my Bible. Not really, but kind of. It's just really beautiful about knitter stashes and what it means to them, and it made me feel really secure in my
stash
collection.
So be it, you know?
But that said, my brain feels much better now that it's kind of down.
And also just like we live in New York, there's not a lot of storage space. Like I feel like if only for that reason I have to keep a limited stash. So excuse me.
Excuse me, yawn. I'm not yawning.
It's Thursday evening. We have like a lot going on. So we had a full day of work, like, but we're so happy to be here.
This is like a fluffy cloud.
It's so light. So this is the dappled lace raglan by James and Watts. I've never knit one of their designs. I saw it and oh my god, I'm very cut off of this. Okay, so I saw it and I just had a vision. I've been wanting to do an all over lace long sleeve sweater. And I just had this vision and I wanted to do it something I could wear in the summer. I had this idea of my like walking on the beach, and I just think it'd be really cute. Yeah, I mean it's not oversized, but it's certainly, I don't think it will be like uber tight on me. I'll wear it with like a white tank top underneath and just as like a little bit of like a summer shirt. And I'm gonna do long sleeves, and I've done, you can see on the bottom, I've done a twisted rib
stunning
hem, and I did like that bind off as well.
Amazing.
So I'm really enjoying it, and I actually haven't memorized it, which I think is probably like, if you were an experienced lace kniter, you'd have memorized it and you'd be able to read the stitches better. I'm not there yet, so it's a 4-round lace repeat, so like 8 rounds in total. You do a round of knitting or a stockinette after each round, but it's simple enough. I would not say it's like the most simple garment to be a first lace project. I knit the Love Note by Tin Can Knits, which we both really like as like a mom sweater.
Yeah, we both knit it for our
not
moms.
that if you're not a mom you can't wear it, but we both happen to knit for moms, which was a really easy like intro to lace. And then it's been 2 years, and now I'm knitting this one, so it'd been a while since I knit lace. So yeah, it took me a little bit at first. The yarn I'm using is Holskarn Coast, which is a less than, I would say it's a lace weight yarn, and it's a wool cotton blend.
Comes on a cone of like 3,000 yards for like $30.
Yeah,
from
so
Denmark,
it's a 50 gram cone, is that right?
No,
500 gram. Oh my god, 500 gram, but with yarn that's this light.
Big. Yeah.
That it's just, the yardage is crazy. I've knit 2-3 projects with it already.
Yeah, you can hold a double, triple.
Yeah, and so I'm holding it single, which has just been like, knitting with whole single is just such a treat in my opinion. Like, it just is so much fun, and it's knit on a size 4 or a size 5, I want to say. So
it's just like, wow.
Yeah, so it's just been really like, it did go quickly until I had to put it on pause to work on my Ryback sweater. So I'm more than excited to return to it. I think also after the sweater I'm working on now, which I'll show in a minute.
Ethereal. Like,
what?
The sweater.
Yeah, the sweater. It's like, it's so light.
And we're planning to do like a Holstgarn review video, because somebody had asked for that, and we just think their yarns are really cool. So.
Yeah, the yarns are cool. Also like to hear from like an American knitter what they think of it is, I think, interesting, because they're a Danish company.
Yeah, so if you ever want to go halvesies on shipping with us, we often will.
Should I talk about my next whip, or do you want to? Do you have any?
I have one more, but
yeah, why don't you show yours, then I'll do mine.
I mean, and then I have my 3 other languishing ones, but my another one that I had on the needles for a long time that I had sort of put down was my half wrap.
Oh, amazing!
She's grown.
Wow.
Wow.
Yum. I want to hold. Oh my gosh! And you got to the second color.
Yeah. Well, we're dropping some stitches, but that is my MO, kinda. Yeah. So my thought was to mix linen quill from Pearl Soho with Posy from Pearl Soho, which is a merino cashmere nylon blend. It's a little bit thicker of a yarn, and I just thought, I don't know, because I'm kind of doubting it, but actually,
really?
But I'm not.
What? It looks so normal. I mean, it doesn't. Really? I can't. I mean, would you?
It's like heavier.
It feels
really.
Here's what I think is gonna happen, which I think is gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Is so when I knit I've knit the half wrap now twice, and when I knit it, the second half just becomes larger because of the weight of the fabric as you're knitting.
Right. Plus, this color is together. I'm like seeing it in the screen. I mean, just...
Well, but what I was going to say is it becomes bigger, and then it becomes really cute because you fold it on the bias, or you fold it on that seam.
Yeah, and it overlaps.
And then you have the darker color, that contrast color peeking out under the more neutral, and it's just perfect. So I actually think... Yeah. I actually think it's amazing.
Thank you so much. I've actually been, like itching to work on it. But I really want to finish my sweater for Ryback, and I want to finish my love blankie because I'm in love.
Yeah.
Because
when that happens.
But this, I think it's just really young.
And just so when have you been knitting it, if I might ask?
Well, I put it down. I was knitting on it a lot, and then I
No, but like, what are you doing when you're knitting on it? Or you're mostly like knitting on one whip, knitting on another whip?
I was kind of thinking I might bring it to work and leave it at my desk.
For like breaks and stuff.
Yeah, and just like here and there.
I was even thinking like it's just the perfect TV knit.
Yeah.
If you ever watch
TV
now
movies. All of my, I have my like just stockinette like rest of my sweater body that I'm just like
100%,
for Ryback.
100%.
But once that's done, it's gonna be this, and maybe the love blanket. Maybe I'll pick up another one. But I basically my other whips are a crochet granny square blanket out of yarn that I dyed that I like really want to celebrate. It's like a baby alpaca, delicious. And then 2 tank tops, and I kind of am like, it's the yoga top and camisole number 2 but graded up, because it's not size inclusive, and I'll send it to you for free if you want it, if you're fat. But but I'm like not excited about the tank tops right now, and I'm
so
also,
knit on this for the winter.
Yeah,
and then wait until spring.
I think I'm gonna let myself like maybe cast on other stuff if I want to. Like I want to finish this. I want to work on my blankets, and then I was in Norway and Portugal this summer, and I bought yarn, and I also bought yarn in Cornwall on the Hudson, and I'm gonna show you. And I'm really excited because I wore this to work this week, and then I wore another knit today, and I'm like, it's happening. Suddenly they're in my closet.
Yeah,
and so I want the wearable
stuff.
Yummies. Yeah. So I am really like thinking hard and like putting a lot of like, what about this? What about this? What do I want in my wardrobe? Anyways, long rant, but I think there's gonna be some new cast-ons now that I'm like making room, and my brain likes to have like multiple things going on.
Yeah, you like that. That makes you happy. We're such pro Soho stands in this episode. That was kind of unintended. We didn't. Yeah. I was also gonna say, do we know what's going on with their storefront? Because Pearl Soho has been shuttered since the pandemic.
Is it coming back?
No, I don't know, but is it still like, does it still exist in Soho, or did they must have sold the space?
My understanding was that it's not coming back.
No, I don't think it is. Anyway, it's just sad.
Yeah. I know, their store was really magnificent. Yeah.
So, but awesome that we sold their yarn, and awesome that we know that their yarn is good, and we like can keep returning to it.
And they do a lot of cool community stuff so that everybody, like, you can really experience their yarn everywhere. They're doing a cal with their cashmere merino hat thing right now, and it's like 25% off, which is still like $30.
That cashmere merino,
Hannah's roommate, I touched it at the knit night, and just that was my example of it is everywhere. Oh my god! And so now I want one.
Yeah, that so that cashmere merino is so soft and like amazing quality. I would definitely recommend getting your hands on it if you want like a small hat, or even like a pair of socks would be divine.
And you know, I always love, Summer Lee had this like post. She's a sock designer, and she said basically like she really likes fancy yarn. She's not trying to spend $300 on a sweater quantity. Yeah. But you can put in your budget $30 a month for like one skein to do one sock pattern. Yeah. And it's delicious. And I was like, I like that. I kind of think that's beautiful. Yeah. So, I don't know.
I have these amazing, I'll bring them another, like, cashmere merino socks that I, like, love. And I wear all the time.
A pair as an FO, but I'll show you later.
Oh, like, amazing. Okay, so my other whip that I'm working on, which is kind of, like, wild and insane, is this sweater.
Which she's self-drafting. Oh my god, you split the sleeves. And you're starting the striping. Are you kidding?
So it is crazy, insane.
Oh my god.
Fingering weight, self-drafted wildness. Wow.
She's been choosing the motifs as she goes and like trying them out in her little like graph thingy.
So let me talk about this sweater because so there is a French knitter named Sophie Ochera. Sophie, Ochera. Don't know how you pronounce that with a French accent.
Ochera. I don't know.
And I happened upon her designs and I was like, these are great. And they're missing a few things. I would definitely recommend checking out her page. Really inspiring. I was like, these are fun. They're fabulous. They're colorful. I usually wear like I've been knitting recently a lot of like monochrome, really wearable things, but I knew I wanted something very fun and like an outlet for my creative.
And Hannah has a history for like incredible texture, incredible color. Like
I do bright colors sometimes. Yeah. I've done for the past year. I've been in like a neutrals phase,
She's
very
like
wearables.
A rustic neon.
I'm a rustic neon. Yes. Exactly.
A classy New York rustic neon.
Yeah, you know that. You know that type of person. So I'm just your classic rustic New York classy neon girl. So I've been like looking for something. I'm going back to my wacky roots.
And you were scared of color work before this.
Dude, I have never knit color work. I knit what did I knit? I knit a single hat.
I'm sorry, never knit color work?
So I did a single hat that was like in my college colors, and
it was a very cute hat.
I've been I came across Sophie Ochera's designs, and can you tell how excited I am about this knit?
Amazing! It's gonna be such a magic because then she's gonna be at Ryback and everybody's gonna be like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
she's gonna be like, yeah, I designed it.
So I came across her designs, and I didn't like the necklines in them, and I didn't like the fact that they weren't size inclusive. So it's like, I want to make something that's like my own. I don't want to be like making more like size exclusive patterns. And like her stuff is cute. I'm inspired by it, but it's not it. So she does like also color work yoke, and then she'll do like a pattern body.
Which is I've never thought of that.
Yeah, no, literally never seen that. And so I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. I want to do something of my own, but I don't know really how to like size yet, you know, like I don't fully know that gauge and like how many stitches are on the body. So here's what I did. I cast on the neckline according to the Paul Klee sweater by
Midori House?
Yes, Midori. I think. Yeah. And
we'll confirm.
Yeah, the Paul Klee sweater. Yeah, you're right. By like half Midori, yeah. And I love that cast on, and I love the high ribbing and the tight neckline. Yeah. And I did also their
increases
or short row shipping in the back. Rather. And I did the increases around the neckline. So that was kind of my neckline, and that was the intention there. And then I cast on stitches until I got to the start of the neckline for this pattern, which is free online.
Oh my gosh, Hannah, ballsy.
The Marie Wallen Raven.
Wow.
Mind you, I've swatched a little bit. So this is the sweater. Let me get it.
She's supposed to be amazing.
It's actually not a great picture. I can show. Oh, actually, it's coming up okay. That's her head also. So
but yeah, like more of a not a bow.
Yeah, it's a wider neckline, and I was like, okay, so I've basically gotten to this part, like this bigger crew neck. So I'll cast on for those, and I'll use the like color work length, and I'll make the and this is a free pattern like, called Raven.
But really lace.
Raven. I'm using Holskarn Super Soft,
which is 100% rustic wool,
and I'm working from this cone, which is kind of crazy optics.
Kind of badass, yeah.
And
it's giving artisan.
It's giving anyway.
And it's a scrap buster, and it's just insane.
So yeah, I'll go into everything, but the pattern is called Raven, and I'm just using those free kind of I'm like, okay, I'm gonna increase to this like set amount of stitches based on when she increases in the pattern. But instead of following her chart, I'm going to make up my own charts. And to do that, I used Chartminder.
Which is so fun.
Which is fun. It's just graph paper. It's like colorful graph paper. You could probably use it in like a more intentional way.
But I think, isn't it right? You put in like DK or fingering or whatever, and it gives you like scale.
Oh, girl, maybe. I mean, I didn't get there. I'm sure it does. It seems like it's much smarter than I've, like, you know, it has, like, more potential than I've unlocked. But I'm basically using it as, like, a sketchbook. Like, I could use graph paper and colored pencil.
I love the little flowers.
But I created most of these designs. So the first design is from Raven, and the second design, I think, is also from Raven. Maybe the first 3 are from, like, the designs I liked on Raven, and this one other free Marie Wallin pattern called Finch. So those are the 2, Raven and Finch, the 2 patterns that I like kind of took for like motif inspiration.
Ooh, that one is cool with like that's like
that one I did. That was a Hannah original, and then
that's crazy.
The little daffodils are the green I came up with.
Just amazing. And then the bottom is gonna be
stripes.
Oh.
And
can you believe?
I haven't fully decided, actually would love your input, Isabelle.
Yeah.
So I'm doing these like thin black and white stripes to start. I was actually thinking about doing like their 2-row stripes to start, of maybe going into like bigger stripes and bigger, because the fit is going to be like the Paul Klee. The body is now going to follow the Paul Klee pattern for the body and the sleeves.
Is kind of like flouncy.
Which is kind of a little flouncy. So I was like, maybe I'll kind of exaggerate that a little bit of a bell shape on the body, or A-frame shape on the body, A-line shape on the body.
Whoa.
By doing thicker stripes and make it look like a little bit of an optical illusion. I'm just like, this sweater is insane to begin with. Like, why color within the lines now? You know, just
yes, Hannah. I don't even, or like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you want vertical stripes at the bottom? I don't even
I'm gonna do corrugated ribbing at the bottom. Yeah, you already called it.
I'm gonna scream.
Yeah, so I'm really freaking excited.
I've been watching it like develop.
Yeah, it's been really.
So
can you tell how exciting? Like, I would just say, just try it. You know, just try doing something like this. What's the worst thing that can happen?
Vomiting your personality on a garment.
I'm just
in a beautiful way.
Yeah,
that was a bad metaphor.
No, but it's true.
You're in it. It's you.
It's just amazing. And so the yarns I'm using.
It's like a coloring book.
Sorry to go on like ad nauseum about this, but I'm obviously really excited. So the yarns I'm using are 100% scrap. The only yarn I bought was, where is she? Is this black from Holst Garden for the stripes, because I didn't have a black and I knew I wanted to.
Wow, yeah, and even the body color is scrap. That's incredible.
Yeah, even this is from Hannah from Junko Komodo.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm using a lot of Pearl Soho linen quill, which we sell on the half wrap.
Lots of half wraps, amazing.
I'm using, this is La Bien Aimée Helix.
I'm using. I know all of these.
That's amazing.
Hello, old friends.
Wait, I feel like you probably gave me one. Oh, I actually ended up not using this, but I could have used that.
Yeah.
This I love. I only have this much left, but I love that.
You use that. It's gotten you through a lot of projects.
Yeah, and so that yarn was also, this one is the same. It's the linen quill.
Wow.
And then I have this color of super soft. So there's obviously
the like frenzied. I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah. So that's been.
So it also has the story of all of these other makes. It's just so special.
Yeah. It's just been really fun, and so I'm at a similar spot in my sweater where I'm just kind of stockinette,
get it done,
which is great. It's fun to do the stockinette.
Yeah, it's nice.
The stockinette is nice,
and then you can see like your work before, and it's delicious.
And we really earned it.
Yeah.
I mean, after that's a lot of color work.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, over to you. Sorry to monopolize.
No, that was amazing.
Clearly, I'm very passionate about it.
FOs. I have.
Yeah, show me some FOs.
I have one more after this one. How many do you have?
I don't even have. I have because I have that.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
Should I?
Oh wait, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so happy birthday. This is. I brought it to her birthday to work on, and then I
stand it.
So and there's a cute. Oh, this is a cute kind of intro video of our cursed yarn. So this is Ritual Fibers on Dean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is also a cotton linen blend, but or is it just 100% linen?
I don't know. It's miserable. Anyways, I bought a ton of it because I was gonna do one of those like Jessie May like top and bottom PJ sets.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. Oh, it didn't come.
You were gonna do like the summer shirt.
Yeah, I was gonna test knit it. But then the yarn was like not arriving on time, and I didn't have money for like other yarn. And then it arrived, and then I tried it, and then it hurt my hands.
Oh, the yarn is the world's
Other people really like it. I sold some of it to our friend Jasmine, who showed up to knit night. It was so funny.
Oh my god, Jasmine, like, literally showed up with this very V-neck raglan by Jessie May. It looked amazing. It did not look like the same yarn. She was like, look at what yarn this is. And I was like, oh, some,
and we
like,
were, like,
deliciously soft merino. And she was like, no, this is Ondine, like, the same color.
Yeah. So I gave Hannah some, and she was like, what are we gonna do with this?
So I tried casting on a million things.
Yeah.
It
At one
looked
point
bad.
there was a cal, and it was like, if you use Undine yarn for something, the prize is like more Undine, and we were like, oh!
And we're like, what type of cal is that? Sorry, I like love Ritual Fibers, and I've been there, and it's like the best yarn store in the world, and whatever. And this yarn is like from hell.
But this hat is so cute. It's the Sari Nordland bucket hat.
So it's the Hyacinth hat. I just was looking it up. That's what was on my phone.
She's cute. She's like a little belle.
So she's like the cutest little bucket hat, and I actually think she like looks cute with my short hair. I'm like, maybe I don't think this color is at all cute on me, but I would do maybe a different color. And this pattern is awesome. I mean, Sari Nordland rocks. And you can do it, I have like a little end, but it's reversible. So I liked this kind of like pebbled exterior.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to, you could do.
Oh, with the yawning.
You could do.
Boy, happy Jewish New Year.
Oh yeah, happy Jewish. Shana Tova, Yom Tov, whatever. Good Yom Tov, okay.
But so really cute. I think I will absolutely be wearing it like come summer / if I go to Scotland and it's rainy.
Oh my god, it's really cute. Ugh, I kind of like when I was doing this pattern, I was like, this is so much fun. It's so much fun to like knit a hat like that.
Yeah.
I love.
It's different.
It's different, and I love knitting like little accessories that you can just wear and be like, and I'm a knitter, you know? Like, that's why I love the Sophie scarf, just to be like, oh, I'm not wearing something knit, like, have that moment, and then you're like, wait, I'm a knitter, you know? And then you can just knit it.
I love it. Thank you, Hannah.
Happy birthday.
Okay, and then I needed a palette cleanser. Victoria and I both wanted to knit socks. It was her first sock and my like third sock and my first for myself.
Nice.
Yeah, and so we cast on the Peet knit Sunday sock pattern.
Amazing.
And this is a hand dyed that I dyed logwood skein of merino cashmere nylon DK weight. Hannah's worked with this yarn. It's amazing.
I made broken rope socks.
Yeah.
By Summerlee Designs or Summerlee Knits.
There's not much to say, but it just really feels like a hug. And I've never worn hand knit socks before, and I was this was my like testing it out. Get ready for the drawer full that is going to arise. Like, it's so fun to just like squeeze it in.
Oh, it's amazing. I cannot believe you made these. I had no idea.
And they really flew because they're just huge.
Oh, these are so gosh, this yarn you got is amazing. I mean, it's hard to find a DK weight.
Yeah,
MCN.
The base is from Rooster Yarns, which is a great provider. I really loved them in the UK.
And you've knit this pattern like 2 or 3 times, right?
Just once. Yeah.
What's it called again?
Sunday sock. Okay. I really like it. It's like a good house sock. And I have a ton of other sock yarn that's kind of been sitting for a few years. Some that I dyed, some that I bought. And so I'm like excited.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of little socks, I made baby socks from Joelle Henderson's
so
More
cute.
Knitted
That
Gifts.
color is insane.
She was the owner of Pearl Soho. She might still be, but
I didn't know that.
yeah. So
That's
she
cool.
has lots of amazing books. And I always make this sock pattern for babies in my life. And this is my cousin gave birth. Yeah. And so this yarn is Neighborhood Fiber Co. Their Studio Sock, which I'm gonna buy more of at Ryback because I love it. It's like, it actually doesn't have nylon. I don't know why it's called
a red sock yarn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't have nylon, but I just like I love it for t-shirts. It has a really tight ply. Yeah.
Jinx. Amazing. So that's our foes.
Those are my foes. Those are my foes.
The rest of the agenda is, I guess, the like travel yarn, but we'll put that at the end in case you don't care.
Wait, what else is on the agenda?
Ryback.
Oh, Durr. Okay, yeah.
I mean, no.
No, yes.
Okay, and then, but like, tune in because it's Norway and Portugal.
Yeah, and Maine.
The Hudson Valley.
Hudson Valley, all the good stuff. So, so let's talk about Ryback.
So we have a house.
We will be in attendance.
We're doing Woolen Folk, not India Untangled. We decided maybe India Untangled, but Woolen Folk is the main event, and we're doing Ryback Saturday, and then like brunch and vibes on Sunday.
And I think we should do, here's what I think we should do.
And yarn stores.
This is,
Fab yarns and the yarn blend. Perfect blend.
So, oh my god, I forgot about Fab yarns and how fun.
Because last year it was like 60% off everything in the store or something crazy. 30% off? Like something
Yeah,
crazy.
it was awesome. And Fab yarns has like everything. They're the biggest online supplier of yarn, which is random. They're in like Tivoli, New York, a small town.
And we were just like driving and it was like off the highway with like Fab yarns. And we were like,
yeah, it was amazing.
So, yeah, incredible. So I forgot about that too, but I'm ready.
So I will be at Woolen Folk. I think we should do like...
We're going to do a little meetup.
We're going to do a meetup, like casual, if you need someone to chill with and knit with. I think we should do just like Knit by the Water. Come join us in Knit by the Water.
Oh, our meetup at Woolen Folk, not Ryback?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, maybe Ryback. Ryback I feel like is more accessible, actually.
Maybe.
Sorry, scratch everything.
Woolen Folk is kind of expensive, but we are really excited.
Woolen Folk I fully endorse. If you can afford it, you should totally go.
But it's like a little fancier, I think.
Let's do Ryback. I think that's a cute idea.
Yeah.
So Ryback.
We'll let you know what the details are.
Yeah, but tentatively Ryback meetup.
Yeah.
Message us. We'll make sure you're included.
Yeah, because we just really love the friends that we make.
And it's fun to have like, not that it, I mean, you know,
a thing
this
to
is
do.
It's fun to have like a thing to do on your agenda. Like there's a lot of wandering around, which is awesome, but like we'll do a little meetup and we'll just kind of, I would love to have like a designated like sit down and knit time, because I feel like when I'm there, it's, do you get this feeling when you go into a bookstore where all you want to do is read? Yeah. I have that. I'm like, oh my god, there's so much reading to do. And I feel like going to a yarn festival, I'm like, I love looking at the yarn and I just want to knit so I can like use that more.
Fall and you have a donut.
Yeah.
And apple cider.
It's delicious. So Saturday, probably maybe
afternoon.
Tentatively 2:30 p.m.
Amazing.
2:30 p.m. meetup. Be there. Okay, let's get into. Is that all we need to say about Ryback?
I think so, and we're excited, and it's special. We love it.
Yeah.
It is worth it. Okay.
Oh, should we talk about like who we're excited to see at Ryback? Or so many people. I feel like, and we can also talk about stuff that were like other podcasts we watch, because I feel like that's one of the same for me at least.
Well, so many of our favorite podcasters are going to be there. Bee is going to be there.
Maker Bee, super cute, Canadian. Creia Bea from Scotland.
And we're
like what?
Freaking out and fangirling, and I kind of feel silly about it. But
no, it's so amazing. Excited. We should like message her and just be like, America, like we're so excited to have you. New York welcomes you.
Welcome to our country.
Welcome to our country. I'm sure she's been here for a while. I don't know if we want to be like the spokesperson for our country, but we could be the spokesperson for the state of New York. New York welcomes you. So, anyway,
I don't even know who else. But last year it was just so cool to like see people that we knew,
and to just like everybody's
a lot of
wearing
hugs from strangers that weren't really strangers.
Yeah, and like look at everyone's sweaters. It's so much fun.
Yeah, magic.
Yeah. And we've kind of, I feel like this year was like we had a lot of like, I personally had a lot of like life transitions for the good.
A lot.
But we haven't been podcasting that much. Like I don't anticipate that it will be like uber kind of like social, but in that sense. But I'm just I'm going to enjoy it. And like, not to be like I don't have such high expectations like I do. It's amazing, but I feel like
it's just special to be somewhere where everybody's
I'm just kind of like and just be in the moment and not whatever. I don't have any like, I need to buy this year.
Yeah, I'm not trying to buy a lot of yarn even, unless something is really special. I'm feeling really like secure in my stash.
Yeah, I have.
But watch me eat those words.
I want to buy a single dark green mohair to strand with the dark green yarn I have. But anyway, that's about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it more as it comes closer.
Let's talk about what we bought.
Okay, because Hannah, I haven't seen it yet, and I love that you're genuinely this excited. It is.
I mean, I tried to like get you to try. I'm like, let's get some good stuff.
Should I do it chronologically?
No, get that blue out here. What are you doing?
Okay.
Girl.
Okay.
Stop with the chronological.
So I'm.
Is this chronological though?
No.
Okay.
So I went to Pickles in Norway, which is like a silly name, but whatever. And I've also seen it featured on. This is the logo. I've seen it. Oh no. Boop. I've seen it featured on Knitting Traditions podcast. She kind of said it like is delicious, but it pills.
Yeah.
So I kept that in mind. And Victoria had wanted like a cobalt blue hat. So
oh my God,
I got this. It's like a chunky 100% merino. It's not plied, so it will absolutely pill, but I think if I do like a tight knit beanie, it like doesn't really matter. / it'll be fine, you know. I wouldn't do a garment with this, but that's chill, and it'll be like glorious. I mean, wow. So that's that. And then I was like, well, and they had a student discount.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah, and it was like not that
awesome.
I just like went nuts. Yarn is like a little bit cheaper in Norway because it's just like what
made there do. Yeah.
And then I got this like you cannot tell in this lighting, it's more true to color here. It's like this really rich
it brown. Looks green for some reason. It's not green at all. It's brown. Yeah,
it's like
like
whatever. Insane. So that's for me, and I'm just probably gonna make the Jessie May like puffy poof or whatever.
Yeah, we love that.
I don't even think I want any like texture. I just want like fluff in really rich colors.
Nice.
And then I got, so that's that, and it's magic. And then I got it's 40% baby alpaca, 40% Highland wool, and 20% mohair. And it is not this green. It's more like this is the true to color. It's like a dark olivey chartreusey, but like dark.
Amazing.
And it's like, I mean it's fingering weight technically. I feel like it's kind of a lace almost. I don't know what you'd say. And I'm kind of stressed. I got a sweater quantity for like
you did?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like I was gonna do like one of those sweaters that's like fingering weight but very little yardage, like the ranunculus, or like the shape of the love note but maybe without the lace, or with the lace actually. But now I'm thinking I might want to hold it with a mo.
I think you want to hold it with a mo.
Because I want it to like not pill as much, and I want it to be a little bit closer to fingering /
Yeah, it's a single ply.
Yeah. But I think it's really cool.
It's amazing.
So I don't know what I'm going to hold it with. And
or you could do garter, and it won't pill as much. I feel like garter stitch doesn't pill as much.
I could also like do something smaller and hold it double, but I don't think I want to. I want a sweater. It's like a really good color for me. Yeah. And I want it to kind of be light and like
totally.
So that's that.
That's amazing.
In Norway, I also got, I really thought I was going to get like some sadness gardening for Olive, find a new brand, but I had heard of almost every brand that I encountered because I'm a nerd. And I went to like my friend I visited was a friend from college who like is Norwegian and knits, and so she was like, these are all the yarn stores.
Nice.
But I was like, you know what? I can access all of this.
Yeah.
Like, so I kind of just got stuff I didn't feel like I could access.
Nice.
I got this like sparkly, which actually I could probably find something like this, but it's like 1,000
that's so cool.
yards of just like really thin sparkles.
I feel like I've seen one of the knitters.
I love it.
This is really cool.
And then I got this like
Katya,
Oh yeah.
Concept by Katya is what it's called.
And I was seeing this Lang yarn everywhere. It's like a baby merino, and it's just kind of this fun, like different colors. The lighting is like
it got weird. Sorry, it's late.
Dark out,
but whatever. We'll do. Maybe we can take like a sexy glamour shot of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like really yum, and it's I have a couple skeins, so maybe a little scarf, maybe a little baby sweater, TBD, mittens, like something silly. But I just thought it was really like yummy, and it was not expensive at all. And then I was in Portugal, and I went to Retrosaria Pomar. I actually had like a weird, I didn't know it was there. And I was like, you're going, right?
Well, she was like, I'm going to Lisbon. I was like, oh my god, to go visit Retrosaria Pomar. And she was like, what?
And I was like there for my grandma's 80th birthday, like doing whatever my family wanted to do, kind of. And I was like, Dad, let's go. And he was like, fine.
That's awesome.
And it turned out to be 10 minutes from where we were staying, and we like hopped on the train.
Amazing.
And it is the best yarn shop I've ever, just wow. And they ship here, which so I got two of these guys.
Oh my god, the unspun. The unspun.
And I think it's like,
oh, it's soft.
Yeah, it's 500 meters, which is like not that much, or 500 yards. But I think I'm gonna do.
Wait, that is a lot. Or it's 500 combined?
Yeah.
So each of these is 250.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I was like, and I already have like a Angora Sophie scarf that's little, but I was like, I kind of want to do another one, and I got
I didn't even know Rectosari Pomar sells this. Is this their wool, or do you know? Or
it's not Newtonen, but I don't know what it is. It's like,
is it Plutolopi?
No, it's not a Lopi either, and I have no idea. And then I got their store brand, Surrey.
Oh, how cool!
I was gonna hold them together, but now I'm like not sure.
Whoa! Sorry, this is like way softer than anything I've ever felt.
And I got 600 of that.
Oh wow! So, I almost wish you had not shown me this because this is
we can order more.
It's because I am very sensitive to mohairs. I feel like mohair can be not so soft.
I am a Surrey girl through and through.
Oh,
except for Ito.
Yeah, Ito Sensei, which is our go-to, which we'll see.
I'm gonna reach over because I got these to hold together, although now I'm not sure. But this gray is really like snowy almost.
Yeah, it is snowy.
I thought,
oh, amazing.
I can't decide if it'll be too like marled.
I want you to do a vest, but you probably don't have enough.
I don't have enough.
Okay, I want you to do a hat.
I was thinking a hat and mittens would be delicious.
Oh, amazing.
It's accessory. It's the year of accessories.
I'm gonna find, Sorry, you keep going. I'm gonna find.
No, so that's amazing. And then last but not least, from Cornwall, the Cornwall Yarn Shop or something like it's in the name. They were having a clearance sale of Woolfolk yarn, and she sold me 10 skeins of Woolfolk Snow.
I'm so jealous. That's what
for like under $100. And I didn't have a lot of money, and I hadn't really bought like a sweater quantity in a while. And I'm really excited about it.
Those are really amazing.
Yeah.
So that's your
sweater. I have a sweater quantity of this, and I think it's my next sweater. And I was gonna do a crew neck, but I don't think I like a slouchy, wider neck, like a V-neck or something.
Sorry, you know what I want you to do in this?
What?
The Weekender.
I was thinking about that. The light one.
Yeah, because that's what the sample's in. Basically, it's in like a similar looking. It's not in this yarn, but it's in a similar looking Brooklyn tweed.
Ooh.
That's like newspaper or whatever it's
called. I don't know.
Newsprint.
I've looked at it. This is the one I've been like looking at every pattern on Ravelry.
Yeah.
And I just
literally every pattern.
No, but kinda. I mean, I like can't decide.
Sorry, I want you to do. I 100% think you should do the Weekender.
I don't know.
That is my.
I like go back and forth about if I like it, but
I like it.
I might. It's like on the list. So
I like it in that yarn. I actually don't like it in a lot of other yarns because the neckline is hard for me, but it would be cute on you.
Woolfolk, every time I'm surprised by the fiber content because everything is just like soft, delicious. And then this is.
Woolfolk is like wasn't in my life for a while, and now
it's just 100% merino. Like it's so perfect. Victoria got the same 10 skeins of this with like white on like brown.
Oh, I know that yarn. Yeah. I know that yarn. That's amazing.
So that's the acquisitions, and and I recently went through stash. So I'm gonna cry. I recently went through all of my yarn. My great aunt had also given me a ton of her stash.
Nice.
And I have 3 like yay big bins now, and no more. And I'm not allowed to get more than what fits in that. Great. And one of them is mainly just whips. So yeah. I'm not allowed to have more whips than fit in that, and then not more stash than fits in like the 2 bins. So I like that because I've been feeling overwhelmed, and also because like I think when I really want to make something that fits me, I want to be able to be like, what is the right thing for this pattern project, instead of just like, oh, I have this yarn, you know?
Right.
And I have things that I got like before I was a very
You don't want to be
kind
of boxed in by a stash that feels.
But now I have like 3 or 4 sweater quantities and like some scraps, some mohair, and then like things for accessories.
That's a really good place to be in.
And I feel good. Yep. So we'll see if I buy at Ryback. I don't know, but I'm really excited to be there in the energy.
Me too.
And isn't that fun? Didn't I do good?
You did really well. Those are awesome things that you bought.
Thank you.
So the only thing I bought was from Maine.
Oh my god, have I seen that?
It's called. Wait, sorry.
Are you kidding?
Maine Yarn and Fiber Supply. No, you haven't. So,
can I touch
So I went on this awesome vacation.
Oatmeal BFL?
Sorry, I've never. Okay, so I went on this awesome vacation to the White Mountains in New Hampshire. It was a hiking trip.
Oh my god.
And Acadia in Maine. And we were driving from New Hampshire to Maine, and what were we gonna do on the way but stop in yarn shops, which is
100% undyed blue-faced Leicester wool,
blue-faced Leicester. So I've never used this type of what? What do you say?
I said Leicester.
Well, it's what is like that? Worcester. It's like Worcester sauce.
Yeah, I knew better.
So
it's decadent.
Yeah, so this wool is from, it's like from Maine, right, which I liked. I wanted to get something that was local. Jaeger spun, I guess is what it's called. Blueface Leicester wool, BFL, undyed. And it's just a really cool, drapey, soft, rustic.
Worsted. What are you gonna make?
So this is what I'm gonna make. I had the pattern picked out, and I wanted to find something that fit it.
Oh my god.
So this is what I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make these Olin
from
like the ones that we've been dying to have for ages.
Wow.
Sorry.
Maybe I'll make them in my.
Look how
the
yarn
I just showed. It's getting yellow.
Yeah.
Like it's time. The light. Is
I know it's time for us to like say goodnight. But I'm really excited to make these mittens. I only have one pair of knit mittens that I wear basically every day in winter, and I was like, this will be such a cute color for like a black coat or a brown coat or a white coat. So
it's this is like really special.
And that is all I have. That's all I bought.
This was really fun. Like, comment, subscribe so that people find us again.
Yeah.
It's just like nice to show and tell us about yours.
Yeah.
We want to hear what you're doing. We want to hear if you're coming to Ryback, if you're not.
And if you're ever just passing by Brooklyn and you need a friend to knit with.
Yeah, we'll find a cafe.
I
found this really fun new one in Gowanus that has couches.
Cute. Love.
Yeah.
Night. Happy knitting, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.